And welcome to White House High School and Tyler Junior College softball doubleheader against the Blinn Buccaneers. This is Dr. John Groth on the pregame show. Had a chance to catch up with both head coaches. The umpires are on site, so they're just about to meet at home plate. Did have a chance to talk to first-year head coach Eric Henderson, and we talked a little bit about yesterday's doubleheader, as we did not get up here in time to have any kind of interviews yesterday, so we'll have his thoughts on yesterday's doubleheader split with Sanjak. And we also talked about today's game, doubleheader, against the Blinn Buccaneers. I also had a chance to catch up with an old friend, Rick Church, in his 21st season as the coach of the Blinn Buccaneers. I knew Rick back before he was coaching. He was in grad school at Texas A&M with me back in the late 80s and early 90s. And it was great to catch up with him. I have not seen him in a long time, so it was good to have a chance to catch up with him. And also, we talked a good bit about his journey, but also about the journey of the Blinn Buccaneers this year. They come in 7-7 on the season. So let's hear what Coach Church had to say about the Blinn Buccaneers in their season so far. Let's hear that right now. All right, we got Rick Church, longtime acquaintance of mine and a longtime coach of the Blinn Buccaneers. And I guess first of all, Rick, let our people know your time and your story to get to be the head coach at Blinn.
Well, this is my 21st year.
Yep.
I had coached 3 years at Division I, and had a break from college coaching. Went into the softball, baseball lesson business for about 7 years, and then got back into coaching college ball at Blinn. And I thought maybe I'd try to get back to Division I or something, but I go with such a good environment to be in,
right.
And pretty good success recruiting, and I've been able to hang on to a good assistant for 15 years.
That's not easy to do at the junior college level. I know
one
that.
That played for me, Coach Ingram. So just the whole environment and the situation, and being close to four-year schools and a good recruiting environment, and I've just found a home there.
Well, you have experience at Arizona Western and Nebraska. And
yes.
That has to help you as a coach of these young ladies, and I totally understand. You find a good helper as an assistant coach. There's an attractiveness to staying with a two-year school. Talk about the difference between those two levels.
Well, I think the biggest difference is you only have 2 years, and in some cases only 1 year to develop a player.
Right.
So to me, that's the most maybe aggravating part of it. It's just like you're starting to make some inroads.
Yep.
With some players, and you got to say goodbye to them. But that's the nature of this.
It is.
Of the business for us, and you just deal with it and try to bring them along as fast as you can.
Your goal is to send them on to where you used to coach, and that's the four-year
right. level,
and to enjoy softball for a couple years, and ultimately to go on and be successful in life. So a lot of investment, a lot of wins. You guys actually coming off a year where you had 40-plus wins last year. Coming off a sweep, I think, yesterday, right?
Yes.
So you guys have evened things up at 7-7. Talk about this year's club.
Well, we've got good offensive hitters in the lineup. We've got a pretty solid defense, and the pitching was our question mark early, but they've been pitching more solid, and we just need to be more consistent.
Right.
That's we've got all the pieces together, and now the competitive part of it,
right,
and playing consistently is what will put us where we want to be at the end of the year.
Well, I think that you're like them, that you haven't started conference yet, and so all this preseason stuff, what I liked about it when I was coaching was you did have 6 weeks or so to kind of tweak your lineup, to get your rotation set, maybe see who's going to play what role. And then hopefully, like you just mentioned, the competitive juices start flowing about the time it's starting to play those real games.
Yes. Yeah, and we have a big roster this year, with 23, and we can make substitutions, and if we're split games, but when it comes to conference and regionals, you can't do that anymore. So we're trying to find those gamers and those competitors that are going to help us get back to regionals.
Well, Rick, you and I have a history that goes way back to Texas A&M University.
Well, I remember those days very well. Yes.
When I saw your name as the head, because I always interview the coaches when I do these games. I just come down the dugout and I ask about the current team and maybe a little bit of your history, and then I had a big smile on my face. Oh, Rick is still at Blinn, so I'm looking forward. I get a chance to see Rick, and I hadn't seen you in a long time. So thanks for taking a few minutes today. Hope today goes well for you guys, and hope you guys have a great season.
All right, good seeing you, John.
Thanks. All right, a big thank you to Rick Church for giving me a few minutes of his time down in that Blinn Buccaneer dugout. They are 7-7. They're coming off a doubleheader sweep at Kilgore yesterday, and so they're trying to continue their winning ways today against the Tyler Apaches. The Apaches are ranked number 5 in the country right now. It's 17-3. They're coming off a split of games yesterday, 11-10, and what was the second game? 12-1 in game 2. There was an 11-10 loss that the Apaches almost came back and won that in the 7th inning. They scored 2 and left the tying and winning runs in scoring position as the game ended yesterday. So they lost by a run, 11-10. And then in the nightcap, boy, they came out firing on all cylinders offensively. 12-1 was the final. The only run scored by Sanjak was in the last frame. The 5th inning was a run-shortened game. So a good response to 2 losses in a row by Coach Henderson's club. Eric Henderson in his first year as the skipper for the Apache softballers. And we also caught up with him a few minutes ago up here in the press box. So let's hear what Coach Henderson had to say about yesterday's doubleheader and also looking forward to today's doubleheader with Blinn. Okay, we got Coach Eric Henderson up here in the press box. A split yesterday, so you broke your first losing streak.
Yeah, it was.
Game 1 was a slugfest,
yes.
kind of what I expected in both games. 11-10 was the final. You actually out-hit them. You probably just made too many defensive mistakes to kind of expect against a good club who's hitting over 400, 420, I think, on the year coming in. Talk about the split yesterday before we get into today's games.
Game 1, you're exactly right. We made too many mistakes. I mean, I thought we pitched better than them. We hit better than them. Our infield just made too many mistakes, and it was by 2 freshmen, 2 young ones. Really haven't seen it happen yet, and it happened yesterday, but they'll learn from it. We hit the ball really well. We didn't miss many bats. I thought Dakota did a good job. Sanjak does a good job putting the ball in play.
Yes, they do.
They put pressure on you. Really tough team to strike out. And then Hannah Frank comes up yesterday and been doing what she's been doing all year. Just continues to throw well. Makes it easy too when she only throws 5 innings at a time.
Right.
But we're hoping for a good day today, clean day.
She did set the tone for game 2, and of course, you gotta appreciate and like the reply you got after a tough loss, a 1-runner. You had the winning runs on base in scoring position when that game ended. So even with all the mistakes, you almost overcame all of them. If you get a hit there at the end, but Hannah sets the tone in that game, and then you guys come out swinging it like
we're mad about it.
Yeah, right. And that was a good response.
Yes, it was. They came out, and I told them in between games, I go, I know how good y'all are. I just wanted a clean game 2, and they came out and did it. They answered the call, and that's what we're capable of on a daily basis. I mean, I think we can hit the ball better than a lot of teams. We can pitch it better than a lot of teams, but we got to clean up our defense and played our first clean game in a while, and came out on top. So
well, you scored 22 runs in the doubleheader, and again the mistakes in game 1, but this game 2, you came within a whisker of 2-hit shutout.
Yes,
and I don't know. It was a good response to a little blip on the map for your club, who's having such a great year. So let's shift gears and talk about today's game. Blinn comes in not nearly as highly touted as the team you played yesterday.
Yes.
What's the challenge today here as we go back to White House High School and play doubleheader?
Just don't take any team lightly. I mean, Blinn last year came out and beat us first time we played them.
Right.
I don't always look at stats. I know how good they can be. I mean, they started the year a top 15 team, probably where they should have been. They just haven't been playing well. But I've told the girls, when you're the 5th ranked team in the 8, you're going to have a target on their back, and you're going to see everybody's best. So I expect Ben to come out and give us a good 2 games today.
Well, the game is a great equalizer.
Yes,
and,
it is.
If you think you got it whipped, the next thing you know, you're going to be humbled pretty quickly.
Yes,
so
yes.
Who's going to get the ball in the circle here for game 1?
I'm going to go with Emily Holscher.
Okay.
She's the freshman from Robinson, Texas.
Okay.
Left-hander. Want her to get her confidence up a little bit before conference starts next week. She's very capable. I want 2-3 good arms. I just don't want 2
right.
Going into conference. So really need her to come out and just really hit her spots and don't miss over the plate, which she's been struggling with a lot lately. So hopefully today will come out and she'll pitch a great ball game. We'll play defense behind.
All right, the last thing I'm going to ask you here is the challenge that sometimes presents coaches over spring break. The girls love it because there's no classes to go to. However, you've got to manage, 20 young ladies without classes.
Yes, it's tough. I mean, we're going to try to, with campus being closed, it'll be tough, but we're going to try to stay on the same schedule.
Right. Okay.
We got games. We got games. We got a game on Wednesday. That's our only game next week. So we had to move the Bossier game back. But I'm going to try to stay on schedule because I'm really routine oriented.
Right.
And keep them on schedule. We might push a couple hours back. Let them sleep in a little bit.
Right.
But other than that, I want to try to stay on schedule as much as possible. There's rain in the forecast, so that could change.
Right.
When we play, stuff like that. So. But right now, I just want to keep the same schedule.
All right. Well, Eric, congrats on the good rebound effort in Game 2 yesterday, and we'll look for a couple of good efforts today against the Blinn Buccaneers.
Yes,
Thanks, Eric.
thank you.
All right. Big thank you to Eric Henderson as he gave me some of his time here up in the press box a few minutes ago. Teams are being introduced. Let's walk you through the starting lineups. For the Apaches, they are number 5 in the country. They're 17-3 on the season. They're led by first-year coach Eric Henderson. And the Blinn Buccaneers are 7-7 on the year. They're led by 21st-year head coach Rick Church. And before we do that, let's go ahead and take some time and honor America with our national anthem.
Now, the reserve players for Tyler Junior College Apaches. Now starting players for Tyler Junior College Apaches. Number 3, Jasmine Dodd. Number 2, Brecklin Dennis. Number 20, Bailey Kralchek. Number 1, Malia O'Bara. Number 8, Jody DeHart. Number 24, Kendall Hernandez. Number 14, Madison Hale. Number 18, Allie Kim. Number 5, Riley Burke. Number 16, Emily Holchester. Now your head coaches, Eric Henderson, and Courtney Campbell. Now please stand for the national anthem.
All right. So we're just a few minutes from first pitch. Let's walk you through some of the both starting lineups. The Blinn Buccaneers, who actually, Charles, were ranked number 11 preseason. I didn't know that till just a moment ago. I just looked it up. They're now 7-7 on the year. Here's their starting lineup. Leading off is the second baseman, Marley Mahoney. Batting second, the center fielder, Michaela Lopez. Batting third, Mayela Fernandez, the right fielder. Batting cleanup, the shortstop, Jordan Smith. Batting fifth, left fielder, Bailey Zibulin. Batting sixth, the designated player, Anna Pissarro. Batting seventh, the catcher, Gabby Lopez. Batting eighth, the first baseman, Rena Toomey. And batting ninth for the Blinn Buccaneers, third baseman, Sam Rodriguez. In the circle for the Blinn Buccaneers is the freshman from Richmond, Texas, Nevada Dolnick. Defensively for the Apaches, Malaya Alvaro in left, Jasmine Dodd in center, Maddie Hale in right field, Brecklin Dennis at third, Kendall Hernandez at short, Riley Burke at second, Jody DeHart at first, Bailey Krolchek behind the plate, and in the circle, it's the freshman from Waco, Emily Holscher. Emily, this is her 7th appearance of the year. 4 of them have been starts, so it'll be her 5th start of the year. She's 4-0 with a 2.95 ERA. 21 in the 3rd innings, 15 strikeouts and 9 walks. Opposing hitters hitting .241 off the freshman from Waco. And we are underway, and we are a minute early, 12:59.
Mahoney's a freshman from Livingston, Texas, and prior to yesterday's 2 games, she was batting .367. We don't have the stats for the 2 games in Kilgore yesterday.
Next pitch is going to miss high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Left-handed batting, Marley Mahoney steps in, second baseman. Little fly ball into left field. Easy catch out there for Olvera, 1 out. F7 if you're scoring at the house. We're at White House High School. Dr. John Groth on the play-by-play. Charles Johnson by my side again today, as the Brook Hill School's field was not dry enough, so we're back on the artificial surface here at White House. Michaela Lopez, there's a bunt right out in front of the plate. Krolchek fires it to first, and boy, really close. Riley Burke just gets her foot down in time, and there's 2 outs. So that'll go 2-4 on the bunt, as Riley Burke had to come all the way from second base to cover the bag, and Krolchek, that ball died right in front of the plate. First pitch swing, a little pop up to short, and Hernandez squeezes it, and it's a quick 1-2-3 inning for Emily Holscher. And so the Blinn Buccaneers go in order. Let's walk you through the Tyler lineup here as we go to the bottom of inning number 1. Leading off is going to be center fielder Jasmine Dodd. Batting second is the third baseman Brecklin Dennis. Batting third, the catcher Bailey Krolchek. Batting cleanup for the Apaches, left fielder Malaya Alvera. Batting fifth, the first baseman Jody DeHart. Batting sixth, shortstop Kendall Hernandez. Batting seventh, the right fielder Maddie Hale. Batting eighth is the designated player Alondria Kim. And batting ninth for the Apaches, second baseman Riley Burke. Buccaneers defensively, Bailey Zebulon in left, Michaela Lopez in center, Mayela Fernandez in right, Sam Rodriguez at third, Jordan Smith at short, Marley Mahoney at second, Rena Toomey at first, Gabby Lopez behind the plate, and in the circle, the freshman from Richmond, Texas, Nevada Dolnick. Dolnick on the year is 1-2 with a 2.17 ERA. This will be her sixth appearance of the year in the circle and her fourth start. 19 1/3 innings, 6 strikeouts and 5 walks. Opposing batters hitting .274 off the freshman from Richmond, Texas, Nevada Dolnick.
Now batting, number 3, Jasmine Dodd.
Buccaneers wearing their all blue uniforms today, with the Blinn in white across the chest and the white numerals. They got the white piping down the front of the jerseys and down the side of the pants. Got the white socks going with white shoes. Apaches with the white tops and the gray pants today. Got the black stirrup socks with the gold and white striping on them. First pitch to Jasmine Dodd, misses, ball 1. Just getting started here, bottom of the first inning, still scoreless.
Dodd had a good day yesterday in the doubleheader. She was 3 hits out of 7 times at bat. She scored 4 runs, had 5 RBIs with 2 home runs.
The Apaches showed up offensively yesterday in both ball games. First game was an 11-10 loss, but they scored 10 runs. And then the second game, they just exploded for 12 runs in 5 innings. In their first strike, 2-1. They had 13 hits in both games. Actually out-hit the Coyotes from Sanjak in game 1, but 4 errors ended up costing them as they lost by a run, 11-10.
Jasmine leads the team in home runs with 9 now, and she's batting .433 for the season.
She had 2 home runs yesterday, both of them solo shots. 2 balls, 2 strikes. on leadoff hitter Jasmine Dodd. Emily Holscher going to check that wristband. Here's the pitch. Off speed, drives at the left, and that ball is out of here. Another home run. Jasmine Dodd stays hot. Her third home run in the last 3 games. And very quickly, the Apaches out 1-0. Well, she went the opposite way. Really nice piece of hitting there.
Excellent.
She went down and got that ball. And,
Now batting number 2.
game time temperature 61 degrees. She might have got a little bit of a push. That wind is going to blow from the right field foul pole across this field towards the left field foul pole. So she got it up in the air, and that ball carried out of here.
When you're hitting well, you usually go into all fields.
Yeah, exactly. She stayed on that ball, put a good swing on it. It's 1-0 Tyler. Here's Brecklin Dennis now. And Brecklin fakes the bunt and takes strike 1.
Dennis was 3 for 8 in the doubleheader yesterday. She scored 3 runs. She had an RBI, and she actually had 2 triples.
Well, she's been swinging a hot bat as well. There weren't many Apaches, and there's a ball drilled into the corner. This could be another triple, but well played in right field by Mayela Fernandez. Holds Dennis to a double. So really nice start for the Apaches. This is starting to resemble Game 2 yesterday, Charles. Game 2, Jasmine Dodd opened with a home run, and then it was Dennis's triple. So they continue to swing a hot bat, the Apache offense, and top of this lineup is doing its job. Here's Bailey Krolchek. First pitch is in there, strike 1.
Krolchek is hitting .456 for the young season, with leading the team in doubles with 9.
Well,
22 RBIs.
Dennis at second. That pitch is going to miss high. Counts even 1-1. Not as clear today. A little overcast as clouds move in. 61 degrees. It's comfortable out here, but a little bit of a breeze, and we got plenty of hoodies and jackets. That ball's hit into the right field corner, and that's going to fall in. Krolchek's got a single. Dennis will come around to score easily. It's 2-0 Tyler. Well, an opposite field single for Bailey Krolchek. She'll get an RBI. And, boy, this is resembling that first inning in Game 2 yesterday as the Apaches
continue the hot hitting.
They continue to do a good job at the plate. And now you're a triple away from hitting in the cycle in the inning. They've got a home run, a double, and a single. Here's Malaya Alvera.
Malaya leads the team in RBIs with 27.
And she's been swinging a hot bat as of late.
Hitting .474 for the season.
Ball's low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nevada Dolnick, 1-2 on the year. Her 6th appearance as a pitcher in the circle. Her 4th start. Does have a pretty low ERA, 2.17. Foul tip, and it's caught by the catcher, Abby Lopez. And it's 1-2. Next pitch, well outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, as we mentioned, Blinn started the season in the preseason rankings at number 11. They are no longer in the rankings. In fact, the second poll that came out, they had fallen out of the poll. As they started out 2-5, first week of play. And since then have picked it up. And there's a walk, so still no one out here in the first. First walk of the game for Dolnick. Here's Jody DeHart for the first time. The walk will move Krolchek to second. And the Apaches who have been swinging a hot bat as of late, are continuing that trend. Boy, lays off a close pitch, ball 1.
DeHart was 5 out of 6 yesterday, 2 RBIs. It's one of the hot hitters yesterday, particularly in that second game. Well, both games, actually.
The 1-0 pitch. Boy, you snap a pickoff attempt down to first and getting back safely is Olvera. That pitch was called a strike, so it's 1-1. Dolnick, the pitch. Ground ball, the shortstop. You flip it over to third and you get the lead runner. 1 away. There's the first out of the inning. Really, that's the only play that Jordan Smith had, because that ball took her to the hole. Don't think she would have had a play at first. So Krolchek is out on the 6-5. You still got first and second, but there's 1 out for Kendall Hernandez.
Hernandez comes in hitting .333.
First pitch in there, strike 1. 2-0 Apaches in the early going here. Bottom of the first inning, a leadoff solo home run by Jasmine Dodd. Brecklin Dennis doubled, and then it was a Krolchek single that drove her in. That ball's drilled to left center field, and it is out of here. A 3-run home run for Kendall Hernandez. And that's going to make it 5-0. Well, boy, these Apaches really swinging the bat well. For Kendall Hernandez, her second homer of the year, RBIs number 11, 12, and 13. And the Apaches with a 5-0 lead here. And only 1 out. The 7th batter of the inning is Maddie Hale. Well, the wind is going to help a little bit, probably from the scoreboard over to the foul pole. Is blowing across the field from right to left, and
both our home runs were hit
in that direction. So the lefties, if you pull it right down the right field line, probably going to get knocked down a bit. But if that ball, probably from center field over, is going to get a little bit of a nudge if you get it up in the air. Next pitch, and that's going to miss. I think we're 2-0 here. Left-handed batting right fielder Maddie Hale for the first time in the ball game, stepping in. Nevada Dolnick catches the corner, and it's 2-1.
Hale's a freshman from Corpus Christi, Texas. Hitting an even .300 coming into today's ball game.
Line shot foul over the fencing. Blinn's in the first base dugout. The Apaches in the third base dugout. This field at White House High School, beautiful facility with the artificial surface. 200 down the lines, 220 straight away. It's awful nice to have somewhere to play when it's too wet to play on the natural surface at Schwab Field out at Brook Hill, which is the normal home field for the Apaches. We're grateful to the White House administration to allow the Apaches to play some of their home games here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Maddie Hale takes ball 4. Well, it's the second walk of the inning, and there's still only 1 out. And here is Allie Kim for the first time. She's the designated player. She'll get her first look at Nevada Dolnick. First pitch is in there, strike 1. The Apaches, Charles, they're batting .374 as a team. And they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 girls at 400 or higher. Runner was going on the pitch. The ball's fouled out of play to the right side. And it's 0-2.
So far, obviously, they've been able to score runs. They're just going to have to clean up defensively and all to put it all together.
Apaches 17-3 on the season. Fastball misses away, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Allie Kim's a freshman from Castle Rock, Colorado.
Next pitch just misses high and tight. 2-2. 1 out, 1 aboard. Maddie Hale drew the second walk of the inning. The Apaches have plated 5 runs here in the first frame.
You notice the Buccaneers have someone warming up out in the pen.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. 2-2 pitch. Tapper up the middle, base hit. Another hit in the inning. And the Apaches are going to bring their 9th batter to the plate. That's the 3rd single. Actually the 2nd single to go with 2 homers and a double. The Apaches continue the hit parade here in inning number 1. Here is Riley Burke. First pitch is in there, strike 1. 374 as a team. They've also clubbed 36 homers starting today, and that will add to that total. They have 38 now, 2 in the first inning. And that pitch is going to miss. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Burke's from Riverside, California, went to Martin Luther King High School.
She shows bunt, pulls back, and the pitch is high and away. Counts 2-1. Well, Dolnick in the mid-30s now in her pitch count, and is still only 1 out. There's the pitch. Little tapper, first base side, tough play right here, and drops the ball. I think she's going to be safe anyways. So good hustle by Riley Burke. I'm going to give her a hit.
Now batting, number 3, Jasmine Dodd.
And the bases are loaded for the leadoff hitter, Jasmine Dodd, who hit a home run to left field her first time up. And now time called. And you just wonder how long Coach Church is going to stay with his starter, Nevada Dolnick, here. She's given up 5 runs. There's only 1 out. The bases are now loaded, and probably the Apache's hottest hitter at the plate. Jasmine has hit 3 home runs in the last 3 games.
Apaches are 17-3 through their first 20 games.
Fastball right down the middle, but evidently a hair low. Pretty good pitch right there. Called a ball.
Checking it out last year, that had an excellent team that eventually went to the World Series in Utah. They were 16-4 last year in their first 20 games. 17-3 this
1-0 pitch in the dirt. And good job by Gabby Lopez to scramble and keep that close to the plate. So 2-0 with 1 out, bases loaded. Oh, sorry, 1-1. No, that's not right either. I knew it was 2-0. Mr. Umpire he changed his mind midstream. I don't know why he put 1-1 up there. That's in there for a strike. Now it's 2-1. 1 out, bases loaded with Apaches. They've already plated 5. Jasmine Dodd up there for the 2nd time in the first inning. Nevada Dolnick, the pitch. Just misses low. And it's 3-1. Wind up the 3-1. Time called now, and Mr. Umpire walked away for some reason. I don't understand what was going on there. He's giving Jasmine a lecture here. He's the one that stepped out of the... I don't understand that. The pitcher...
Coach Henderson's wanting an explanation.
Yeah, Eric, he deserves one. He's given his... You don't talk to players, okay? You just umpire the game. Coach will handle the players fine. Mr. Umpire's the one that stepped away from home plate in the middle of that pitch. And so, not sure what the lecture was about. As Jasmine came back to the home plate area, he was giving her a lecture. Didn't look like a friendly conversation. Now he's got smiles on his face because Eric is probably giving him a piece of his mind a bit. But this is the old coach coming out in me.
Coach
was
Groth would have been on.
Absolutely. Here's the 3-1. Look out! Jasmine hits it foul.
Yep.
And every once in a while when I'm broadcasting, an umpire will get my ire up a little bit. That was a time right there. He's the one that stepped out of the umpiring box for whatever reason. I don't know.
I thought someone had called time, but I had something to do with Dodd in the.
I don't know. Another foul ball as Jasmine gets a piece of a fastball. So we're back at action here. Bases loaded with a full count. Jasmine Dodd has fouled off a couple of pitches here. And Nevada Dolnick doing a good job of just firing that fastball just out of reach. And just misses inside, ball 4. And Dolnick wondering where that pitch was. It's a bases loaded walk, and now Jasmine Dodd with 2 RBIs in the inning. Everybody moves up a spot. Maddie Hale comes home to score the 6th run of the inning. Here's Brecklin Dennis, still only 1 away. Her second at bat. She doubled her first time up. The pitch. Called a strike.
Osher may have to go down to the bullpen and warm up if this continues much longer.
Yeah, I think I don't know. You can bring pitchers in and out, and of course softball, very different game than baseball for sure. But the Buccaneers yesterday took a doubleheader from Kilgore, 13-1 and 2-0. So they're capable of scoring some runs. This ball's well hit to left field, high, deep, and just foul. Drifted out of play. That's the way to hit it for a lefty.
Now number 20.
No, foul ball.
I said something in jest, John, and looked down, and Emily Holscher, the Apache pitcher, is down there warming up a bit.
Yeah, she's been, well. That's the byproduct of these big innings. These pitchers got to sit there, and they get cold. And it's not cold today by any stretch. It's 61 with a little bit of a breeze, but
she breezed through the top of the first and didn't.
Yes, she threw a handful of pitches. She probably threw about 5 pitches.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
I'll have to double check the pitch count, but she has gotten so stiff that she's gone down there to warm up. That ball's well hit to right field, and that ball is gone. A grand slam for Brecklin Dennis. The 3rd homer in the inning for the Apaches. And she hit that into the wind, and she crushed that ball. The Apaches have opened it up big time here in the first inning. And the home run will clear the bases. And we will have a pitching change. We'll let you know who the new pitcher is when we return. It's, what is it, 10? 9. Well, is there 2 outs or 1?
Only 1 out.
I think there's only 1 out. 10. Yeah, okay, it is. It's 10-0. Back in just a minute.
Biggs from Alberta, Canada.
All right, welcome back. And we have a new pitcher. Georgia Biggs will be the new pitcher, right-hand freshman out of Lucena, Alberta, Canada. And Dolnick ends up throwing 48 pitches in her 1/3 of an inning. So 10-0 is our score. There's still only one out. The only out recorded was a 6-5, a force play at third base. And this is Bailey Korolchek for the second time here in the first inning. She is the 3 batter. So far you got 11 batters to the plate, 10 runs scored, 3 homers for the Apaches, a solo shot by Dodd, a 3-run homer by Hernandez, and now a grand slam by Dennis. The pitch. 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 with 1 away. The new pitcher, Georgia Biggs, freshman, right-hander from Lucena, Alberta, Canada. Ground ball foul on the third baseline, 2-2. Apache's 10 runs on 6 hits. And of those 6, 3 of them have left the yard. Well, they actually gave an error on that single to first in the dugout. So the 9-hitter Riley Burke, that ball, I thought she had it beat out anyways, but evidently the Apache dugout felt like that was an error. So they're assessing an error here. 0-1 for Blinn, 10-6-0 for the Tyler Apaches. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Line shot into left, another hit. Korolchek is aboard. Her second hit of the inning. Here's Malaya Olvera. She walked and scored in the first. She scored on the 3-run homer by Kendall Hernandez. So she's up for the second time. First pitch. Low, ball 1. Buccaneers. Yeah, this is after winning a doubleheader at Kilgore yesterday, 13-1 and 2-0. This is not what they tasted yesterday for sure. Just a few miles down Highway 31. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away. The pitch. Line shot just fouled. Diving at third was Sam Rodriguez.
Olvera's a sophomore from Deer Park, Texas. Coming into this game, she was leading the team in hits with 27 and 27 RBIs. The leader on the team.
Well, she walked her last time up. 1-2 pitch, fouled off right side. It's going to just drift out of the reach of right fielder Mayela Fernandez and first baseman Rena Toomey, who were giving chase, but just ran out of time. That ball came down before they could get over there. Got a pretty good amount of foul territory here at this ballpark. Not too much, but probably just enough. It's well designed. 1-2 pitch up the middle, base hit. So, boy, the Apaches just rolling up the hits here in the first inning. 2 on, still 1 away. Here's Jody DeHart, and she's the only one that hit into an out in this game so far. She hit a ground ball to short, and Jordan Smith made actually a nice play. She had nowhere to go, but she flipped it over to Sam Rodriguez to get an out. So that's the only out recorded in the inning so far. 14th batter of the inning. First pitch misses, ball 1.
We've got another pitcher going in the bullpen for the Buccaneers.
Well, Biggs is a second freshman to be in the circle for the Buccaneers, and her fate hasn't been much different. She's faced 2 batters and given up a single to left and a single to center. As they're signed, the windup, the pitch, that's going to miss. I think we're 3-0 here.
Hopefully you didn't have many times, Coach, when you were sitting in the dugout wondering, how are we going to get out of this?
Well, the hard part here for a manager in this situation is to really think through just how far you want to let the pitcher go. Because the game is kind of getting out of hand. And you just wonder, you don't want to have a counterproductive outing. You know that the pitchers aren't having their way here in this inning for sure, and you just don't want to make it too bad by letting someone out there too long. Well, there's a walk, and it's the 4th walk of the inning.
Kendall Hernandez coming up with the bases loaded again.
Well, she was up with 2 on and hit a 3-run homer her first time.
Okay.
And so she'll have a chance here with the bases loaded. She's the 15th batter of the inning. Here's the 0-1. It's going to miss. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Kendall's freshman from Waco Robinson High School.
Krolchek at third, Olvera at second, DeHart at first. A 1-1 count on Kendall Hernandez. Ground ball to second, and nowhere to go but first. A run will come home on the fielder's choice, 4-3. RBI for Hernandez, her 4th of the inning. And coming home is Krolchek with the 11th run of the game. So second and third now, 2 away. Here's Maddie Hale. Maddie walked her first time up. And boy, nice job by Lopez to keep another run from scoring. She scampers over there and blocks that pitch. 1 ball, no strikes. Hale, the right fielder, walked her last time up, was driven in by the grand slam off the bat of Brecklin Dennis. The pitch is in there, 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, on the offensive side for Coach Henderson, you just want to maximize these innings. So you got 2 in scoring position. You'd love to get these in. I mean, but both been around the game long enough to know big innings can happen on both sides of the ledger. So
sometimes this just opens the doors to
yep.
a wild one like we had yesterday.
11-10 yesterday, so it was a back and forth battle. 2-1 pitch. Going to miss high, 3-1. Well, the base is open, and Allie Kim waits on deck. A 3-1 count on Maddie Hale. Georgia Biggs, the relief pitcher for Blinn. The pitch. Look out, that ball's going to get away, and the runners will hold their ground. Good hustle by Lopez to quickly get back and retrieve that ball. And that's the 5th walk of the inning. And that will bring up Allie Kim for the second time. She had a single to center her last time up. Pop up, shallow center field. Lopez coming in, makes the catch, and there's the inning. So F8 if you're scoring at the house, but the Apaches, they bring 17 batters to the plate, and they end up scoring 11 runs here in the first inning. And those 11 runs were scored on 8 hits. 3 of them left the yard. A solo homer by Dodd, a 3-run homer by Hernandez, and a grand slam by Brecklin Dennis. Your score after 1 complete inning is Tyler 11 and Blinn 0. Welcome back to White House High School. Dr. John Groth with you on the play-by-play. Dr. Charles Johnson
Now batting number 24.
by my side here, and it's 11-0 after one complete inning. And boy, Emily Holscher had to wait so long. Charles, she went down to the bullpen.
Absolutely, had to warm up a second.
She only threw 5 pitches. It was a very quick first inning, and so she had to wait a long time, and she finally went down to the bullpen. And the bullpens are very accessible here at White House, so she just went down the left field corner and tossed a few, and she's back in the circle right now. 1-0 pitch to Jordan Smith. That's going to miss high. And this is sometimes a byproduct of a long inning. It's hard to find your rhythm in that circle. So we'll see how Emily adjusts here. 2-0 pitch is in there, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Nobody on, nobody out. Smith, Zebulon, and Pissarro for the Blinn Buccaneers. That's going to miss outside. 3-1. Apache's 11 runs on 8 hits in the first inning. 3 of them left the yard. The 3-1 off the plate, and there's the first walk. There goes the perfect game.
Now batting number 4, Bailey Zebulon.
Bailey Zebulon for the first time. We're at the 5 spot in the Blinn lineup. She'll step in.
A sophomore from New Braunfels, Texas.
Blinn has those kind of black and blue helmets. Ground ball up the middle, base hit. And there goes the no-hitter. So single up the middle, and this is exactly what the Buccaneers need.
Anna Pissarro.
Need some base runners. It's 11-0 here in the second inning. Anna Pissarro, the designated player for the first time in this one. Well, what they have done is effectively shorten the game. The Apaches can hold on to at least an 8-run advantage here. It'll be a 5-inning ball game. First pitch misses, ball 1, and Emily Holscher not nearly as sharp here in inning 2 as she was in the first inning, and part of that was having to sit around for a while. Base hit up the middle, and Dodd will flag it down in center. And the bases are loaded with Buccaneers. So here you go. We talked about this before. Tide can turn very quickly here. Now the Blinn Buccaneers have the bases loaded with nobody out. And here is Gabby Lopez, the catcher. Holscher has her sign. Here's the pitch. Right down the middle, strike 1. Here's the next offering. Outside corner. No balls and 2 strikes. Apache's put up 22 runs yesterday in a doubleheader. That pitch just misses the corner. They scored 10 in the first game yesterday and 12 in the second game. And they're right in the middle of that right now. 1-2 pitch, little tapper foul. Do it again at 1-2.
Gabby Lopez is from Cypress, Texas, went to Cypress Ranch High School, and there are 4 of the Buccaneers on this team from Cypress Ranch High School.
Well, as you would imagine, a lot of these Blinn players, there's a line shot down the line, fair ball. And it hopped over the fence. That's going to be a double. And 2 runs will score, and it's 11-2 now. That ball was smoked. Gabby Lopez put a charge in that one. It hit the turf and bounced over the wall.
Now batting
So a ground rule double
Rennie Tomey.
is 2 RBIs for Lopez. Pissarro stops at third, and Zebulon and Smith come home to score the first 2 runs for the Buccaneers. 11-2 here in the second inning.
So much for the shutdown inning.
Yep. Well, you might want to buckle in.
Yeah.
First pitch in there, strike 1.
Shades of yesterday.
Yes, that first game was a back-and-forth slugfest. And actually, if you looked at the line score, it wasn't so much until about the 4th inning. Called a strike. And I think we're 0-2 here. That game was a 1-1 game going to the fourth inning yesterday, and it ended up being 11-10. And that misses high. Well, you still got nobody out. A walk, 2 singles, and a double. Blinn has put 2 runs on the board. Now the scoreboard has just fritz out.
Uh-oh.
A pop-up left side. That's going to get out of play. And I think we're 1-2. Mr. Umpire is going to have to give us some visuals here. There you go. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Second and third, nobody out. Emily Holscher having a little rougher waters. That ball's hit well to center, and Dodd on the run makes the catch. Nicely done over the shoulder. A run will come home on the sacrifice. Well, nice play by Jasmine Dodd to run that ball down. It is a sac fly for Renatume. And so that third run of the inning will come home for Blinn.
That was an excellent play by Jasmine Dodd. That ball looked for a moment it's going to be over her head. She reached up at the last moment.
Well, now we have a visit.
That's Haley Holland, the pitching coach of the Apaches.
All right, so Haley Holland on the mound. She just wants to call something to the attention for Emily Holscher. And that's the first time I can remember me calling games where she's made a visit. I don't believe I've ever seen her out there. She's having a quick chat with Emily. And there's 1 out in the inning. You still got a runner at second after the ground rule double by Gabby Lopez. Next pitch, that's going to miss high. At the plate is Sam Rodriguez, the third baseman. Her first at bat of this ball game. Blinn has come right back here with 3 runs in the second after giving up 11 in the first. Pitch is going to miss. I think we're 2-0. You got 1 out in the inning with a 2-0 count. The pitch. There's the bunt. And this is going to be a tough play. And, boy, nicely handled by Holscher. She had to wheel and throw to Riley Burke, who was covering first. And they get the out. So it's a 1-4 on a sacrifice that moves the runner to third base. Lopez now at third with 2 outs.
That was a fine play by Riley Burke. That ball was into the runners, and she grabbed it at the last second.
Not an easy play. So 2 good defensive plays in a row for the Apache defense. And top of the lineup now, Marley Mahoney with 2 outs. Little looper into left field. That's going to go to the wall. Another run comes home. It's 11-4. So Blinn, a good response here. Second double of the inning by the Buccaneers. This one, Marley Mahoney gets an RBI. And it's 11-4. So there goes your run rule right there. And there's 2 away. First pitch misses inside, ball 1. Well, this is the 8th batter of the inning for the Buccaneers. Apache's brought 17 batters in the first inning. Blinn comes right back, and, I'll just tell you, Charles, as a coach, you love the response. I mean, there's a lot to say about the Buccaneers. They could have kind of packed up the tents here early, and they didn't. Boy, Tommy hawks it. That ball was up at her chin. I don't know how she got the barrel on that thing. Just about hit Coach Church down in the third base coach's box. 2 outs, runner at second. Michaela Lopez at the plate. She laid on a bunt her first time up. Boy, just misses high. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Got a little activity in the Apache bullpen.
All right. Here's the next pitch. going to miss high, and Kendall Hernandez thought it was strike 3. She started running toward the dugout. It's a full count now. 3-2, 2 outs on Michaela Lopez. And wind up in the pitch. Missed inside, ball 4. Well, that's the second walk of the inning. Here is Mayela Fernandez. She popped up to short on the first pitch she saw last time, so she's 0 for 1. Fastball misses high. 1 ball, no strikes. Well, got some cheering out of that Blinn dugout. They haven't quit yet. 1-0 pitch fouled into the net. It's 1-1. I'll tell you love to see the resiliency of a team that can give up 11 runs in the first inning and come right back and score 4. Here's the 1-1. Misses low. 2 balls and a strike. The pitch. Called a strike. It's 2-2. I think Mr. Umpire's getting tired of having all this offense. That was as far inside as we've seen a pitch called. Deuce is wild on the board. Fastball gets away, and it's a full count. Well, you're 1 pitch away from loading them up.
And batting around.
The 3-2. Well, that's the old double hit there. Fouled it off, and then her backswing actually hit the ball a second time. Count will remain 3 balls and 2 strikes. Emily Holscher with the pitch. Little tapper to second. And nicely played over there by, well, what happened?
First baseman dropped the ball.
Oh, my. Jody DeHart. I started writing it in my score sheet. And that's going to be an error on the first baseman. E3. So after a couple of nice defensive plays earlier in the inning, now it's bases loaded for your cleanup hitter, Jordan Smith. She walked her first time up this inning. Little tapper to short. You field it, you throw it, and can't handle it. Error by the shortstop. Kendall Hernandez threw that ball in the dirt. So back-to-back errors. And everybody moves up a spot, and another run comes home. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 now. And the Apaches are going to make a pitching change. Well, an 11-run first inning. And the Blinn Buccaneers come right back and put 5 on the board. We'll let you know who the new pitcher is when we return. All right, the new pitcher is Aliana Mariquin. This
1 ball.
long full inning here continues. Bases loaded with Buccaneers. Pitch is going to miss. 2 balls, no strikes. The batter is Bailey Zebulon. She singled earlier this inning. This is the 11th bat of the inning for Blinn. 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss. It's 2-1. Well, the Apaches brought 17 batters to the plate in their half of the first inning, and now here in the top of the second, Blinn is now 11 batters in. 2-1 pitch, ground ball to third. Brecklin will throw it home, and I guess she wanted to make sure. I don't know. She could have stepped on the bag. I think she may have forgotten the bases were loaded there. But
they've been out there a long time.
So you might, I guess, you take it where you can get it. 5-2 will end the inning. But the Buccaneers, they bring 11 batters to the plate. They put 5 runs on the board, and they've cut into this lead now. It's 11-5. We go to the bottom of the second. Back in just a minute on ApacheAthletics.com.
Now batting, number 5, Riley Burke.
Top of the bottom of the second inning. Got my mind all scrambled here, Charles. 16 runs in the first inning and a half.
We're wearing our pencils out here.
Good, I'm going to run out of ink.
I brought an extra pen for you.
All right.
After yesterday's first game, I thought we might need some extra.
It's 9-1-2 for the Apaches. First pitch off the plate. Riley Burke takes ball 1. Well, she reached on what was scored an error. Initially, I scored it a hit, so she's 0 for 1. 11-8-2 for Tyler. 5-4-1 for Blinn. And that ball misses ball 1. Or 2, I guess. 2, no. Pretty good pitch right there. Georgia Biggs back in the circle. Both teams now have gone to their bullpen. And that's going to miss inside. 3 balls, no strikes.
Coach, that I'm always amazed at the variance in strike zone from umpire to umpire.
Yeah, it is an oddity. I will not be. I won't be too sad if they ever figure out a way to kind of standardize that. I don't think it's too far off. In there for a strike, 3-1. Sooner or later, they're going to be able to put some sensors in the uniforms. And the line score for Tyler, 11-8-2. Next pitch is off the plate, ball 4.
Now batting, number 3, Jasmine Dodd.
6 walks in the game for Blinn pitching. And back to the top we go. Jasmine Dodd for the 3rd time in 2 innings. Home run and a walk for Jasmine. She's got 2 RBIs. First pitch, she's going to take strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Georgia Biggs took over with 1 out in the first inning for Nevada Dolnick. 0-1 count, the pitch. In there for a strike, it's 0-2. Jasmine had 2 RBIs in the first inning. Well, here comes the trivia. What's the Major League record for RBIs in an inning? What do you think? That's 2 grand slams. I'm talking about 1 batter. Because the Apaches, They had, well, Kendall Hernandez had 4 RBI in that first inning. A 3-run homer and a ground ball to second that scored a run. So I'm going to guess that it's a grand slam and I'm going to say 7. It's a number of completion, right? 2 balls and 2 strikes. All right. We'll look it up here in a minute. Ground ball, right side. This is fielded by the first baseman. She'll flip it. Boy, nicely done there. Very close at first. Rena Toomey caught that ball on the high hop, and Mahoney had to scamper over to first and just did get Jasmine Dodd by a fraction of a second. So that'll go 3-4 on the ground ball. So there's 1 away. Over to second goes Riley Burke with 1 out. Here's Brecklin Dennis, who hit a double and a grand slam in the first inning.
Pretty good day so far.
Not bad. Pitch is called a strike. It's 0-1. So she needs a single and a triple now for the cycle. She's got a pretty good start on that thing. There's the bunt, and there's their single right there. So now she's a double away from the cycle. Or a triple, excuse me. Perfect bunt right out in front of the home plate area. So now you got runners on the corners with only 1 out, and here is Bailey Krolchek.
Dennis was batting .350 coming into today's game, which is good for ordinary mortals. But
she's 3 for 3 in the first 2 innings.
So she's going up there. She's getting.
She's about to steal second here. Throw to second, and now you got a rundown. And everybody's going to be safe. Well, pretty good job by Blinn there, as everyone has to start where they or go back to where they started. It was a really strong throw by Lopez. Dennis stopped. There was a bit of a rundown, and everybody goes back. So all much to do about nothing there.
That kind of play, it's easily to get a ball thrown away.
Yeah. Well, that's what you're hoping for, is you hope you distract that second baseman long enough to have Riley Burke come scampering home from third base. But when all's said and done, we're back to where we started. High chopper to third. Oh, that's close play at third. They're calling her safe. That was really close.
Wasn't a force.
Sam Rodriguez came down and tagged the runners. Really close play there. I've been around the game long enough. I've seen that play. And that happens from time to time. Third baseman, she drifted off, or the runner at third, rather, it was Riley Burke. And Rodriguez jumped up and put the tag on Riley Burke, but evidently Burke got back to the bag quick enough. Everybody's safe, bases loaded. Ground ball up the middle, and that's going to score 2 more runs. The throw to the plate is not in time. The throw to third gets away, and another run's going to come home. And actually 2 runs are going to go home.
Maybe.
Well, Alvera thought about coming home. Well, let's think about this. A single up the middle scores 2 runs.
Number 8, Jody DeHart.
And Alvera ends up at third base. Well, now it's 13. And stepping in is Jody DeHart. Ground ball up the middle, base hit. Now it's 14. The Apaches continue to swing a hot bat.
Now batting, number 24, Kendall.
Here's Kendall Hernandez for the 3rd time. A 3-run homer and a ground out. She's got 4 RBI here in her first 2 at-bats. This is Georgia Biggs in the circle. And the run rule is back in effect now. It's a 9-run Apache lead. First pitch called a strike. It's 0-1. A 1 pitch, grounded to short. You flip it to second for 1, over to first. Safe, good hustle by Kendall Hernandez, avoiding that double play.
Now batting, number
So fielder's
14,
choice 6-4.
Hale.
And now there are 2 outs in the inning. And here's Maddie Hale. Hale does not have an official at bat. She's walked twice. First pitch is called a strike. That pitch just missed. Pretty good spot there. Called a ball. It's 1-1. Yeah, I don't know. I think Coach Church was asking where that was too. 1-1 pitch with 2 outs. That ball's low. And now going down to second. And safe. Very close play there. Kendall Hernandez got a late start over there, and she might have hurt her head. She slid head first, and
She's slow to.
not moving a whole lot.
No.
It's moving her right
Slid in.
arm.
Her head looked like it slid into the bag a bit, and then the tag.
Well, I think she hit the run. She hurt her back. She's holding her back. And so we're going to take a little bit of a break here as Kendall Hernandez looked like she injured her back sliding headfirst into second base. Take a little break. Back in a minute. It's 14-5 Apaches. All right, so Barajas has replaced the runner at second, and there's a walk to Maddie Hale. So that's going to be walk number 7 of the
Now
ball
batting,
game.
number 18, Allie Kim.
And out at second base is Paulina Barajas. She'll take over, at least for the moment, for Hernandez. First pitch called a ball. No, called a strike, excuse me. A little late in that arm coming up.
The dugout scored Bailey Krolchek grounding into a fielder's choice.
Well, I'm trying to remember what happened.
There's too much.
Too much going on in the 19 runs here in the first 2 innings. One ball, one strike, 2 away. We're in the bottom of the second. Here's a base hit up the middle. A run will come home. And it's 15-5. RBI single off the bat of Allie Kim. And the Apaches have batted around the second inning in a row.
Number 5, Riley Burke.
Well, I'm now marking the 4th inning as the second inning. in my score sheet.
Me too.
Here is Riley Burke for the third time.
So much for a pitcher's deal, right,
yeah,
Coach?
Exactly. In there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Riley Burke reached on an error back in the first inning, and she walked in the, what inning was that? She was the first batter of this inning, so she's 0 for 1 on the ball game. Takes a ball. It's 2-0. Still trying to remember what that fielder's choice was, Charles. Off the bat, a Krolchek.
Well, now they've changed it now. It says Krolchek scores on an error by third baseman.
Oh, that was the high chopper. That's what it was.
That's what it was.
She hit the high chopper. It was a fielder's choice.
But they've scored it as an error so far.
Yeah, that's not an error. That's just a fielder's choice. But she got the first on that chopper that Sam Rodriguez tried to tag the runner. That's right. I couldn't remember that play. It just evaporated from my mind.
That play was
and then in the next pitch, there was a base hit with 2 runs coming in.
I'm not so sure that the third baseman thought that there was a force play. She came down with her foot on the bag and looked, but I guess you saw her try to tag her.
She did. She put the tag on it, but the umpire said no, the tag was not there before the foot got back. So, anyways, full count, 3-2. 2 runners on with 2 outs here in the second inning, I think. Here's the pitch. Ground ball through the hole, base hit. Another run will come home. It's 16-5. Here's a throw to the plate. Golly.
Nice.
Right fielder with a hose.
All the way in.
Mayela Fernandez threw a rocket
Now batting
on a
number 3,
line to
Jasmine
Gabby
Dodd.
Lopez, and boy, that was really close. It'll be a single for Riley Burke, her first hit of the ball game. She will get an RBI. And coming home to score was Maddie Hale. Allie Kim goes to third base, and you go to second on the throw. So second and third, still 2 away. Ground ball to short. This should do it. And you throw to first, and there's your inning. So Dodd out on the 6-3. But the Apaches, I don't even know how many batters. 10, 11. Let's see, 10, 11 batters they bring to the plate after bringing 17 in the first inning. And your new score after 2 complete innings is Tyler 16 and Blinn 5. Well, what do you know about that?
Now batting
1
number 16,
out.
Gabby Lopez.
As the Apaches get the first batter out, this is Anna Pissarro. She grounded out to second, so Riley Burke catches and throws. 1 up and 1 down here in the third inning. I've had to remark my innings for the Blinn team as well. They batted around. They brought 11 batters to their to the plate in their second inning.
How many runs did we score?
11 and 6. 11 in the first inning, 6 in the second inning. Yeah, that scoreboard's got a mind of its own, Pedro. 2-0 on Gabby Lopez. She doubled in 2 runs her last time up. She had a ground rule double to left field. Pops it up. This is going to stay in play for Krolchek, and she squeezes it, and there's 2 away. Well,
Now batting,
this is resembling the first inning.
Let's bring a little sanity to this thing.
Well, we're back to somewhat of a routine here. Here's Rena Toomey for the second time. She hit a sacrifice fly to center field her last time up. She put a charge in that ball. That ball's well hit to left. This has got a chance, and it's off the wall. Going to second, and she'll get there safely. Rena Toomey hits a ball off the wall. Malaya Olvera turned,
number 15,
and that ball
Sam
just stayed in the
Rodriguez.
yard. So she'll get a double there with 2 outs. And that will bring up the 9-hitter, Sam Rodriguez. She laid down a bunt her first time up. First pitch in there, strike 1. Next pitch. Foul tip, and nice job by Krolchek to hold on. Kellyanna Mariquin, the pitch, grounded to third. Brecklin Dennis scoops it, throws it. There's your inning. Well, the double is stranded, and it's a 0 on the board here in the third inning for Blinn. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 3. Your score, Tyler 17, Blinn 5. Welcome back to White House High School. Dr. John Groth with you, and Dr. Charles Johnson. We're just chuckling about our score sheets that are marked up like a tic-tac-toe board. I don't think I've ever had to go 2 innings ahead on the inning markation at the top of the score sheet. I've had to go 1 inning ahead, but not 2.
There's always a first.
And the Apaches are now 2 innings. They're batting here in the 3rd inning. And on my score sheet, they're batting in the 5th inning. So.
Well, if you come in late like I do, yours look like that.
2 balls and no strikes to Brecklin Dennis. She's 3 for 3.
We're not sure why you're even keeping score, Pete.
She's a double away from the cycle. I would not be trying to lay one down here. There's not many times in your lifetime you got a chance for a cycle. So you got a chance. 2 balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. Little looper into left field, out of play.
Well,
And it's
she
2-2.
needs
She needs the double. Or the triple, excuse me. She's got a double, a homer, and a single.
All right.
So if she hits a triple here,
Well, she leads the team in triples, so how about another one?
she had 2 of them yesterday. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got her. Kind of chased one there. That was out of the zone. And that would be the first strikeout of the game for Blinn pitching. And with 1 out, here's Bailey Krolchek. Yeah, Krolchek was supposed to hit. And we're going to have a pinch hitter. It's going to be Blakely Niles. Blakely Niles. Yep.
Now batting, number 21, Blakely Niles.
Blakely Niles steps in. With a 17-5 lead, Niles will get a pinch hit for Krolchek. Krolchek's got 3 RBIs in the ball game.
Blakely's from Caney Creek High School in Conroe.
Now she's likely to stay in as the catcher.
Yep.
First pitch right down the middle, strike 1. Coach Henderson clapping in encouragement down there in third base coach's box. 17, 13, and 2 for Tyler. Pitch is in there, and it's quickly 0-2. You got 1 out, nobody aboard. 0-2 count. The pitch. It's going to miss low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Blinn had 5 runs on 5 hits. They've committed 2 errors. The Apaches 17, 13, and 2. The pitch just misses off the plate.
We're playing on the turf here, Coach, and normally we play on the dirt over in Bullard. Just wondering if we're moving from turf to dirt to turf. I don't know about a factor in softball.
Little looper into right. Well, the turf is always going to give you that true hop, and it's easier to run on. So there's a definite difference in the playing
number
surface.
Number 1, Malia Overa.
So base hit to right field by Niles Blakely, and now she's in on the hit parade. Here's Malaya Olvera. She's looking for her 3rd hit in the ball game. A couple of singles to center and a walk. She has scored twice in this game. First pitch misses, ball 1. 17-5. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. The 1-0 misses inside. 2 balls and no strikes.
I've heard our baseball guys talk about moving from the turf at Mike Carter, going on the road to dirt sometimes, and
that's a bigger challenge.
Be a factor.
Yep, no question. Called a strike. Now the Apaches, the baseballers, their playoffs are going to be on a turf field for the most part. They'll play over until they get to the World Series, because the Prestonwood Christian Academy field is turf.
Right.
And of course the Tyler field is turf, so if they host a playoff series this year, which I don't think they would, given the rotation of the
Big
playoffs
rival,
this year.
Coastal Bend is on turf.
Coastal Bend has turf, so their meaningful games are all on turf. And there's a walk, so you got 2 runners aboard and only 1 out.
Now batting, number 8, Jody Hart.
Unofficially 7 walks in the game, and that's going to bring a change. And we have a new pitcher for Blinn. We'll let you know who that is when we return. 17-5 Tyler. Welcome back to White House. The new pitcher is right-handed sophomore from Deer Park, Alyssa Torres. She's asking for time now. I don't know if she forgot something in the dugout or not sure what the issue is here.
Just in case she wants to.
Oh, she's got to have the. Yeah, it would be helpful to have that. They're going to be giving her signs, and she's not going to know what to throw. So Alyssa Torres now her fifth appearance of the year. She has started 3 games, 1 and 2 with a 5.25 ERA, 16 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts and 12 walks for the sophomore from Deer Park, Alyssa Torres. First pitch misses inside, ball 1. We're in the bottom of the third. It's 17-5 Tyler. And 2-0 count. Jody DeHart for the 4th time. She has grounded out or grounded into a fielder's choice in the first inning, walked and singled in a run her last time up. So officially she's 1 for 2. 2-0 count with 1 away. Here's the pitch. Called a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Jody was a star at Lindale High School before coming to TJC.
Bigger than Miranda Lake.
2-1 pitch. Gonna miss low. 3-1. Well, one of the things you think about if you're Coach Henderson here is you just want your players. You want them to stay sharp. There's a little tapper to short, tough play, and you throw to first and out. And tumbling at first is DeHart.
She tripped over the bag and took quite a tumble.
Coach number 11 for us.
Paulina Barajas.
So that's going to go. That'll go 6-3. DeHart is going to take a moment to gather herself. It was Kendall Hernandez that hurt herself earlier, and this is what you don't want in these kind of games is kind of injury. And she's going to kind of walk back to the dugout a little gingerly. Now there's a little jog in her step. She gets a nice round of applause. Batting now is Paulina Barajas.
Now batting, number 11, Paula Barajas.
So you got 2 outs, second and third for Paulina Barajas, her first at bat of the ball game. She came in after Kendall Hernandez injured her back sliding into second. First pitch misses inside. It hit her. And she'll run down to first base with the hit batter. So base loaded now.
Number 14,
Here's Maddie Hale.
Madison Hale.
Maddie Hale is 0 for 0. She's walked 3 times. First pitch misses, ball 1. Kind of interesting in a game that has featured 14 hits and 17 runs that Maddie Hale doesn't have a hit. She has scored twice in this game. Snap throw down to third base.
3 walks is a little bit unusual in itself.
Yeah, 3 walks in the first 3 innings. In there for a strike, it's 2-1. There's a lot of oddities in this game. I'll tell you that, Charles.
I predict Maddie will be swinging.
Yeah. After 3 walks, I would bet she's itching to swing that bat. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Pops it up and into shallow left field. Caught by the shortstop, Jordan Smith, for the final out. Well, go F6 if you're scoring at the house. The Apaches not able to score here in the 3rd inning. A 0 on the board for the first time. So nice job by Alyssa Torres. She comes in and gets the last 2 outs of the inning. We'll go to the 4th. It's 17-5 Apaches. All right, top of the fourth inning as we plod along here at White House High School. 17-5 is the score. Top of the fourth. First pitch was a ball. Ground ball right side. And you go 4-3, and there's one away.
Now batting, number
Riley
7,
Burke fields it cleanly.
Michaela Lopez.
And here is Michaela Lopez for the third time. Tyler, 17 runs on 14 hits.
Excuse me, Coach. We're lacking clean about now.
Yeah. First pitch off the plate. That's Elena Mariquin in the circle for the Apache. She took over for Emily Halscher. In the second inning. And that pitch is in there. Boy, kind of an eephus looking pitch there. Little tapper called foul ball, and we'll do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
We've got Niles in catching and Allie White playing right.
Yeah, Allie White has taken over in right field for Maddie Hale, and as we thought, Blakely Niles is behind the plate. 1-2 pitch. There's another off-speed pitch. And it's outside this time. It's called a ball. 2-2. Mahoney flew out to left field and hit a double her last time up. I'm sorry, Lopez. Lopez bunted her first time up and reached on a walk. Mahoney.
Prior to today, Mariquin only had 2 appearances. Had thrown 2 and 2/3 innings, so
Getting some work in.
getting some work.
Little chopper up the middle, and that's a base hit. First hit of the game for Lopez. And with 1 out, that'll
Now
bring up
batting,
Mayela
number 13,
Fernandez.
Malaya Fernandez.
One out, 1 aboard. Mariquin in the windup, the pitch. In there for a strike. It's 0-1. Blinn 5 runs on 5 hits, 2 errors. Tyler 17 runs, 14 hits, 2 errors. Called a strike. Quickly 0-2 on the left-handed batting right fielder, Mayela Fernandez. Jordan Smith, the shortstop, waits on deck. Off-speed pitch just missed. One ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That's going to miss. Going to that off-speed frequently here in this at bat. That's the 3rd time she's gone to that really slow off-speed pitch. Here comes the 2-2. Tapper to second. Riley throws to short. No, she threw it away. Ball goes into left field. And this is what you dread here in these kind of ball games. I'll just tell you as a coach, I referred to it earlier, but
Now batting, number 24,
the sloppy play that can
Jordan
creep
Smith.
in when you have a large lead like this is frustrating as a coach. I'd almost rather coach in the closely contested ball game where the focus is a little bit more intense.
I think
Just-
that's the key, a loss of focus and
Yeah.
concentration on these things.
Well, that's going to be an error on Riley Burke. First and second, 1 out. There's a fly ball deep left center. This is trouble, and that's off the wall. Dodd plays it off the wall, and boy, what happened there? I don't know how they only got 1 run out of that.
Now batting, number 4, Bailey Zeblin.
Well, Jordan Smith crushed that ball. It went off the fence in left center. She'll get 1 RBI, and it took an awkward bounce and went past Jasmine Dodd, so it took her a while to retrieve the ball. Even so, Lopez was the only runner that could score on that play. I think what happened is Mayela Fernandez thought it might have been caught or was going to get caught, and she didn't run initially. So as it is, second and third with still only 1 out. He'll tap her foul, and it's 0-1 on Bailey Zebulon. So the Buccaneers with a little rally of their own here. A single and double in the inning, and that errant throw, which could have been a double play, opens the door for a few more runs here. Pop up, shallow right field. This is a tough play, and Dodd will catch it. And there's 2 outs.
Now batting, number 12,
So
Anna Pissarro.
here's the designated player, Anna Pissarro. 1 for 2 in the ball game. She singled to center and grounded out to second base. We got 2 on and 2 out. Blinn has scored a run here, and it's 17-6. Eliana Mariquin in the circle to pitch. Called a strike. There's that change up. She's got she kind of puts some underspin on it. It just floats in there. One pitch. That ball's drilled into left center. It's going to go to the wall. 2 runs are going to score, and it's 17-8. Well, they're continuing to swing the bats.
Number 16, Gabby Lopez.
A 2 RBI double by Anna Pissarro. And the Blinn Buccaneers have scored 3 more runs here. And it's a 17-8 game.
We just in the 4th inning, Coach.
I don't know what inning we're in. I lost track. Top of the 4th, 17-8. The pitch. Grounder up the middle. That's going to score a run. Jasmine's going to come up throwing, and the ball gets away. Safe at the plate, and an RBI single. And it's 17-9.
Rena Tomey.
Here's Rena Tomey. She's the 8th batter of the inning. So 4 runs have come across for Blinn, and they've now got it down to an 8-run lead, which is that threshold for a run rule after 5 innings. Fly ball left field, and that'll do it. So nice job by Alvera to squeeze that one. But the Blinn Buccaneers bring 8 batters to the plate. They score 4 runs on 4 hits. They leave one runner on base. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. Your new score from White House High School, it's Tyler 17 and Blinn 9. Welcome back to White House High School. The Apaches 2 touchdowns and a field goal. The Blinn Buccaneers 3 field goals. It's 17-9. Apaches 17 runs on 14 hits, 2 errors. Blinn 9-9-2. Line shot foul in the first pitch. It's 0-1. This is Allie Kim for the 4th time. She is 2 for 3 on the day. A couple of singles to center and an RBI. Pitch is in there, and it's 0-2. Well, a lot of times these kind of games, you have one team that bats around maybe multiple times, but we've had both teams bat around multiple times in this game. Or nearly bat around. I guess the Buccaneers didn't quite do it. They were one batter short of doing it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Allie Kim. Riley Burke waits on deck. There's an off-speed pitch. Well hit, center field, and a nice catch in center by Michaela Lopez. A little bit of a snow cone there, but she ran it down right on the warning track. Put a star by that one. Nice play. And with 1 out, here's Riley Burke. Ball was well hit, and the wind is still blowing pretty well in from right field across this field, so might have held it up just enough for the center fielder Michaela Lopez to run that down. She made a nice play. First pitch misses. It's 1 ball, no strikes to Riley Burke. Ball's fouled off into the net, and it's 1-1. One out, nobody aboard. We're at the 9 spot in the Apache lineup. Here's the 1-1. Misses high. Left-handed batting second baseman. The pitch hit into center field, base hit. Riley Burke gets her second hit of the day. So with 1 out and 1 aboard, back to the top you go. Jasmine Dodd for the 5th time. It's pretty amazing to think she's batted 5 times in 4 innings. But that's where we're at. She's going to show bunt, pull back, ball 1.
Once upon a time, she led off this game for the Apaches with a home run. Was that yesterday? No, that was today, wasn't it?
That was today's game. That ball's drilled and off the fence. Throw into second base. She'll slide in safely with a double. Well, she is staying hot. That ball was well hit into the gap. Burke will go to third base, second and third, 1 out.
Brecklin comes up with another chance for the cycle.
First pitch called a strike, and it's 0-1 on Dennis. Still looking for that triple. At this moment, just a quality at bat is what you want. That's kind of what being in these kind of games, what you're encouraging your hitters to do when they go up, just have a quality at bat. Have an at bat in this situation that's going to make you better for the next time you get up there. That's kind of the goal. Absolutely. Here's the 1-1. Line shot into the corner. This might be the triple here. You hit first, you hit second, and she's going to stay at third, and there it is. Brecklin Dennis has just hit for the cycle. Congratulations to her. That is not easy to do.
Now batting, number 21, Berkeley Miles.
And oh, by the way, she drove 2 more runs in. So how about that? Brecklin Dennis, a double her first at bat, a grand slam her second at bat in the same inning, a bunt single in her next at bat, a strikeout, and now a triple.
She told me last week, Coach, that her timing was a little off. I think it's back on.
I think she's got it back. 6 RBIs and 4 hits and the cycle. Base hit right field, and there's another hit for Blakely Niles. She's 2 for 2. Both are hits the other way.
Malia Olvera.
Here's Malaya Olvera. And Malaya is 2 for 2 with 2 walks.
Is this the first time this year we get the 20 mark?
20-9 is our score. Fastball away. Well, I've got a request here, a question. The baseball game is going to be played at Bullard at 7:30 tonight. I just got a note from, let's just see, I think it was Mr. Krolchek. Where and what time is TJC playing a game today? They're playing at 7:30 over at Bullard High School. They have artificial turf on the baseball field at Brook Hill, but not on the softball field. So that's why we moved this game here.
Location where the Apaches normally play their
Yeah,
softball.
the Apaches normally play their home games at Bullard softball field, or Brook Hill, rather, excuse me. And there's a walk to Malaya Olvera, her third of the game.
Jody DeHart.
It's going to be walk number 8 for the Blinn pitchers. First and second, still only 1 out. And here's Jody DeHart. Well, it's good to see her back in the box. She got injured her last time. Kind of tripped over first base and looked like she might be injured, but she's still in there. First pitch foul back. It's 0-1. So the TJC baseballers play out at Brook Hill School this evening, 7:30 start time. And the reason they're playing out there is there's a tournament at their normal home field, Mike Carter Field. So if you're not totally confused yet, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I drove all over these Texas.
I'm not sure. We're 20-9 here in this one. The softballers playing at White House because they normally play at Brook Hill. The baseballers playing at Brook Hill because they normally play at Mike Carter. They will play another 2 games at Mike Carter tomorrow against that same Joliet Wolf team. It's a rematch of actually a couple of national title games. We won the national title in 07 against the Joliet Wolves, and pretty sure Coach Wren has beaten the Wolves in a title game out at Mike Carter, maybe in 14. Well, there's another walk, and that's the 9th walk of the ball game. Bases are now full of Apaches, and this is Paulina Barajas. Still only 1 out in the inning. It's 20-9.
Paulina's a freshman from Puerto Vallarta, Mexico.
Okay. First pitch. In there, first strike. It's 0-1. Barajas with her second at bat. She got just barely tipped by a pitch her last time up. Hit batter. Does not have an official at bat yet. Second plate appearance. Just missed.
Paulina's older sister, who played at Midland College for 2 years, is a member of the softball team over at Jarvis Christian College in Hawkins.
Okay. 1-1 pitch, misses high, 2-1. The Apaches 20 runs on 18 hits, 2 errors. Blinn has 9 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors. Here's the pitch. It's going to get away, and no one's moving. So normally, Charles, a 9-run ball game, you'd think you'd be leading that game, but not today. 9 runs normally going to probably give you a pretty good chance to be competitive.
I think so.
But today, the Apaches, 18 hits. And, boy, they're led by Brecklin Dennis, who's hit for the cycle.
I was wondering what this is doing to the ERAs of these pitchers.
Yeah, not good for the stat sheet, I can tell you that. 20 runs in a game is going to balloon the ERAs of these pitchers for sure. And really on both sides, 9 runs in 4 innings of play. Line shot foul, and it hits on top of the covered hitting area down the left field line. Beautiful facility here at White House. Both baseball and softball artificially turfed. Both of them have really nice covered hitting areas down the left field line. And if you want, you can keep score on both fields at once. 3-2 pitch. Fouled off. We had a first last night. Pete Mendolia was keeping score from our press box on both fields.
I'm not sure how that happened, but it was.
Well, today
it was
the baseball scoreboard is tired out from last night, so it's taking a rest. 3-2. Ground ball to short, and Smith throws it to second for one. First, not in time, so they get the runner at second base. A run will come home. And out at second is DeHart. 6-4. Fielder's choice for Barajas. And it's 21-9. Here's the ninth batter of the inning. We are batting around again. And Allie White steps in. This is Allie's first at bat, I think.
It is.
She took over in the outfield, but this is her first plate appearance.
Allie White's a sophomore from San Antonio, Churchill High School.
Yeah, runners on the corners with 2 outs. That pitch is going to miss inside. I think we're 2-0. I think you got it right. Next pitch is going to be low. Barajas dancing off first base. Stay there.
Of this inning too.
Yep, I'm about to flip it over and be scoring the 4th inning in inning number 7. I'm now 3 innings ahead. We'll see how this plays out here. We're breaking new ground every inning here.
And you've been at this a while.
I've been at this a while, and if this happens, ground ball foul. 3-2 now on Allie White. The Apaches, I don't know if I've seen 17 hitters come to the plate in 1 inning. But that's what they did in inning number 1 today. They plated 11 runs in that inning. They brought 11 batters to the plate in the 2nd inning. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be all for the Apaches. So I don't have to mess up my score sheet any worse than it already is. That's the 2nd strikeout of the ball game for Blinn pitching. But the Apaches get 4 more runs, and they bat around again. 4 hits in the inning, highlighted by Brecklin Dennis's triple, her 2-run triple, which allowed her to hit for the cycle in this ball game. Your new score from White House High School as we go to the 5th inning. It's Tyler 21 and Blinn 9. All right, couple of changes for the Apaches as we go to the 5th inning. And your new pitcher is Hannah Frank, the sophomore from Rockwall. She'll take over for Aliana Mariquin. First pitch swinging, ground ball to Dennis at 3rd, and there's 1 pitch and 1 out. That was Sam Rodriguez grounding out to Brecklin Dennis for out number 1 here in the 5th. So Hannah Frank in the circle for the Apaches, trying to close this one up in the 5th. It's 21-9, so Blinn needs to score some runs to keep the game going. They're going to pinch hit here. Julissa Llanos. So we'll have a pinch hitter. Julissa Llanos will hit for the Buccaneers. So we're at the top of the lineup. She's batting for Marley Mahoney here in the leadoff spot. And this will be the first plate appearance for Julissa Llanos. First pitch, going to miss inside. No, it's going to call a strike. No balls and 1 strike to the pinch hitter, Llanos. And you got another pinch hitter in the on-deck circle. Bailey Stanzioni is in the on-deck circle. Swing and a miss. It looks like Coach Church giving a couple young ladies a chance to get some plate appearances here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away, nobody on. 21-9 Tyler. We're in the 5th. Swing and a miss. That's a nasty pitch.
Frank was sharp last night, obviously, in that victory.
Yep.
And she comes in throwing strikes this afternoon, I think.
No, not a lot of strikeouts by either. That's the first strikeout for Tyler pitching today, which is kind of an interesting little factoid in a 21-9 game.
Exactly.
Bailey Stanzioni now is the pinch hitter. She'll step in from the left side and take strike 1.
I think Hannah Frank had directions from Coach Henderson, get in there and get this over with.
Yep, get in there and throw strikes. Don't mess around. The 0-1. That's going to miss low. Well, sometimes, you know, the other thing, you want some of these pitchers to get some work in. And there's a little tapper foul ball off her foot. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. You don't want to deviate too far from what you'd normally do here in your repertoire. So at the same time, you want to force the issue and not be dilly-dallying around with a lot of off-speed pitches. Force the issue with some solid fastballs over the heart of the plate. And generally, hitters get themselves out. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. You're down to your last strike for Blinn. Little tapper foul. We'll do it again. Well, we saw this hitting style out of Audrey Garcia for Sanjak yesterday, that Ichiro run out of the box style. And this is exactly what Bailey Stanzioni is. He's kind of got that feet moving approach. Strike 3 called. There's your ball game. Backwards K. 2 strikeouts ends the game for the Apaches. And boy, let's take a minute and wrap this one up, as we're just under a 2-hour ball game for 5 innings. So 21-9 is your final, and the Apaches 21 runs on 18 hits. They do commit 2 errors. The Blinn Buccaneers 9 runs on 9 hits, and they also commit 2 errors. And so we'll go back and try to navigate through this box score here momentarily, as it's a 5-run run rule, and for the Blinn Buccaneers, they do get a multi-hit performance from 2 of their batters. Anna Pissarro was 2 for 3 with a couple of runs scored. She also had 2 RBIs. And then it was Gabby Lopez going 2 for 3 as well, and she has 3 RBIs. So a nice ball game offensively for those 2 young ladies. For the Apaches, boy, I don't know if there's enough time to go through the hits here, but the story of the ball game for the Apaches, to me, Charles, is Brecklin Dennis.
I would agree, Coach.
She hits for the cycle. She drives in 6 runners, and she has a single, a double, a triple, and a home run in this one. So congratulations to Brecklin Dennis. Charles played a lot of baseball, never could hit for the cycle, never did do that. I was really close on one occurrence, and that's something I would get one of those balls, and if I was Eric, I'd get one of those balls and give it to Brecklin, because that's a special thing. You just don't have opportunities to hit for the cycle too many times in your career. So congratulations to Brecklin. Congrats to the Apaches by winning this ball game. By the way, the winning pitcher will be Emily Holscher. She will go to 5-0 on the year. Losing pitcher will be Nevada Dolnick, and she will drop to 1-3. The Blinn Buccaneers' overall record will drop to 7-8, and the Apaches up their record to 18-3 on the season. Any parting thoughts before we break it?
21-9 says it all.
Thank you. All right, for the whole athletic department at Tyler Junior College, that would include Mr. Kevin Vest, the athletic director. Kevin's out here today enjoying some good college softball. If you got time, come on out. Still time to get out here and enjoy Game 2. Captain Chuck Smith, associate athletic director. Miss Kelsey Weeks, who's also on site today. And, of course, my partner in crime, Dr. Charles Johnson. On the PA today was Miss Ashley Novak, and appreciate her help. And, of course, Pete Mandoli on the scoreboard. This is Dr. John Groth. The Apaches win Game 1 of the doubleheader. We'll be back in about 20 minutes. So long, everybody.